Hello? Okay, we're a little crooked. All right. Hi. I'm Laura Burns, and welcome back to my channel. If you are on your way back home to me, thank you for being here. And if this is your first time here, jazz hands. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the community. We are all about empowerment and fat liberation and body positivity and self-confidence and self-love and community connections and rainbows and sunshine here. And so today, I actually had not planned on making this video today, but I have to get ready anyway, so I thought, why don't we continue our discussion from last Wednesday and continue talking about plus size fashion, because I had a number of people say, hey, you know, like, we wanted to keep talking about it, but I had to go because I had to teach my class. I went real close to the wire on that one. I got very involved in the video and forgot. So it's coffee talk. I have my coffee. I hope that you have a delicious beverage that you're enjoying. So I'm gonna get ready and we are going to continue our discussion. So if you have not watched the first of this topic, it was only a few days ago, so if you want to go back and watch that after this, you can, or if you like, not that you need to watch that first before you watch this, but what we talked about in the last one was plus size fashion, and I really mostly talked about like my history with plus size fashion. When did I first start wearing plus size clothes? Where did I shop? How did it feel? How was my experience in general? How did I feel about myself and everything? And so that took a long time because I'm wordy. I'm wordy, y'all. If you're new, I'm not succinct. That's for sure. So I talk to y'all like how I talk to anybody, which is way too long. Which means that today we can have a whole video just about kind of what the second half of that conversation was supposed to be. Oops. Which is the state of plus size fashion today. So I'm going to talk personally about where I shop, why I shop at those particular stores, what I like about it, and the room for improvement that is definitely there on many, many levels. And so what I hope that y'all contribute, or even just think about in your head, is where do you shop? Why do you shop at that particular store? What is it that you like about what they're doing? What are they doing well? And where is the room for improvement, either at that store or within the whole world, the whole realm of plus size fashion? And so yeah, chime in whenever you want, and if you watch this later, feel free to comment. What I would really like out of the comment section with this video is for people to post about where they like to shop and why, because I think that that's really helpful for other people to see, because they'll be like, oh, this person likes this place because of that. Oh, I'm always looking for that. Maybe I'll try this place. So brick and mortar stores, online stores, Etsy shops, like wherever, please, like, let's really activate our community power today and post our resources in the comments. Where do you like to shop and why? Okay. So I'm gonna say hi to Angela. Hey, Angela. And Leah. Brandy, new subscriber. Hi, Brandy. Jazz hands for you. Hey, Sandy. And Donna. Okay, so if you're here and lurking and you would like to say hi, please do, because it makes me very excited. But if you prefer not to, that's fine too. Okay, I should probably start doing my makeup. All right, so let's talk about plus size fashion as it is today. So let me start with, I don't always love to shop like in stores out in the world, because I have chronic fatigue. I'm tired all the time because of chronic illness, and especially like right now, like in this season, it's hot and it makes me so tired. So sometimes like going out for like a big shopping trip is very overwhelming to me, and I know that like, okay, maybe like 1 or 2 stores is fine, but then after that, I'm just gonna be like over it. So I don't really make like those big epic shopping trips that I did when I was younger. So I do a lot of online shopping now, and so I don't know if you can identify with that, or if you are a person who really likes to go and do those big, you know, shop till you drop kind of trips. I definitely used to do those things before I dealt with chronic fatigue, and before I I caught it with my belly. There you go. Thanks, belly. Before I became so sensitive to the heat. I wasn't always this sensitive. Let's see. Comments. Sandy doesn't like online shopping. You're often disappointed. So that's the deal. That's the trade-off with online shopping, is that you're taking a chance because you can't try it on beforehand. But so many stores, and we're going to get to this later with the room for improvement section, so many stores don't stock the larger plus sizes in the store. And so if you wear that size, you're screwed. Like, you can't go to the store and get it. So that preface was just to say I don't love these huge shopping trips, and so I am shopping a lot online now, and so a lot of the places that I like to like window shop online, or a lot of the places where I like to window shop or browse or get inspiration or whatever, are online. So yeah, tell me where you like to shop, both in person and online. I think I buy most of my clothes from Torrid. I don't think that's a secret. If you look at my videos, it's Trunk Club, it's Dia, and Torrid. Those are like my 3 biggest places. And the reason I like Trunk Club and Dia so much is because, number 1, I don't have to go anywhere. It comes to me. And number 2, someone else is curating the clothes, which means that I get a little pushed out of my comfort zone because, man, y'all, I have a uniform for sure. I have what I like to wear, and that's what I reach for. Even when I, you know, am pushed out of my comfort zone and I do get new stuff that's a little, you know, a little different for me, I still like automatically reach for my uniform, and I have to say, no, wear something else today. No, Laura, you own all these things. Like this weekend, for example, I was going to my brother's art show, and I was like, I want to look cute going to this art opening. What am I gonna wear? And I was like, oh, I could wear this is cute, or this or this. You know what I ended up wearing? A little skater dress and bike shorts and Birkenstocks. And I was like, Laura, what are you doing? You know what, though? I almost did wear something different, but it's the dress that I got recently from the Trunk Club that I want to save for my birthday. I wanted to wear it, but I was like, no, it's my birthday dress. I really like saving things for special occasions. Okay, so I know that this video is not about skincare, but I have to tell y'all, ever since changing my skincare back in January, the improvement in my skin is like mind-blowing, and it makes such a difference when it comes to laying down like a BB cream or a foundation. It's like so, it just looks so much better now that I've been really working on like the texture of my skin and discoloration and redness and stuff. Like, holy hell. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. Okay, I saw some comments come in. In case you're curious, I was using the Bare Minerals Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream that I did my big search to find. But I have been, I'm not doing it today, but I have been starting to mix in my darker one from Jouer. It's the Luminizing Moisture Tint in Glow. This is my summer color, and this is my, like, the rest of the time color. And I've started fusing them together, and then eventually it'll go full on this. But I forgot to do that just now, so we're doing this, which is fine. I don't have that much of a tan yet, but I'm about to, because I have multiple beach days planned in the next 2 weeks, cause it's my birthday month, and my actual birthday is in 8 days. So a week from tomorrow is my birthday. Sorry. The joys of live YouTube. Okay, comments came in. Here we go. Krista can't handle extreme temperatures going in and out of stores. I know. And half the time they don't have your size. Believe me, I know. I understand. Sandy has had some luck with Belk. You know, I've heard really good things about Belk. They don't have them where I live. So I'm hoping to take a trip one day where they have Belk stores so that I can go into a Belk and just, you know, experience it, because I have heard that people have good experiences there. Leah, Hot Topic for the late teen you that wanted to wear Hot Topic, but they didn't have the size, and now they have plus. Yeah, and the plus sizing is similar to Torrid. I've never bought anything from the Hot Topic Plus, but I do look at it sometimes and go, but I had always wondered about the sizing, and lately I've heard multiple people saying that it's pretty similar to Torrid. I mean, they're sister stores, so that makes sense. But they especially will have like the fandom things, you know. Chris has been doing a lot of LuLaRoe. You can fit in some of the fuller cut pieces, and your consultant knows you and your body. Cool, if that's working for you, go for it. I have limited experience with LuLaRoe, and honestly, just like as a company, don't support them anymore just because of practices, and like the quality of things that I have gotten has not been great, and so it's not cheap, and I don't want to buy something that's like gonna fall apart after I wash it one time. But if you're having a good experience, go for it. If I had had a better experience, maybe it would be different, but I did not. So, but yeah, it's so like if you find something that works for you. Am I going to South Padre? You know, I've never been to South Padre Island. That's not really my jam. South Padre is like very like college kids, spring break, girls gone wild kind of a situation. And I'm more of a go to the beach at 8 o'clock in the morning because there's nobody else there kind of person. I'm not like trying to camp out all day and like have loud music and like be crazy. I'm there for the like I would go for sunrise. I like to go at sunset. I call it Sunset Beach. So it's a different kind of beach experience. It's more of like a very chill, almost meditative kind of deal. I just go to Galveston because that's about an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the traffic and how fast I'm driving. But yeah, so every year on my birthday, I go to the beach. Sometimes it's by myself, sometimes other people go with me, but it's just like my special thing that I do. Olivia, hi from England. Hello. Let's see. You've heard bad things about LuLaRoe. Yeah, and everybody has different experiences. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's LuLaRoe parade, but just in terms of like business practices, like I don't think they're a great company, and I actually am like not really supportive of MLMs in general, just because of the predatory business practices, targeting women, targeting poor people, targeting people who don't need to be taken for a ride and parted with their money. But that's not, I don't want to, I know that's a very divisive statement, and I don't want to get into that here, because sometimes I say stuff and then people want to whatever, but that is a conversation for another day. Hot Topic has 50s style rockabilly dresses. Oh, okay. Yeah, South Padre is very touristy. Yeah, it's just not my jam. It used to be like when I was younger, I was more into that, but now I just want to like, I want to like be alone on the beach if I can. But I definitely am like, you know, just wanting like a chill time. You take, yeah, really good care of it. Donna, you love Galveston. I appreciate Galveston because it's near me. I don't know if I like love. Galveston is not like an amazing beach situation. It's a really cute town. I have fun when I go there, but like the water is not the cleanest. The beaches are not the nicest. But I am so grateful to live close enough to be able to go on a regular basis because I'm a water person. I'm a water sign and I'm a water person, and so like being able to like go and be in the ocean is great. Yeah, when I was younger and I just wanted to like drink beer on the beach and like play my music and have fun, but it's a different vibe now. Oh, thank you, Vivian. Okay, I forgot that I was getting ready. Y'all, this is what happens to me. Okay, so plus size fashion. So yeah, those are the places where I shop the most. Trunk and Dia. Trunk Club and Dia because they come to my door and I do them every month and I make my videos about them. Torrid because the clothes just fit me really well. I don't know, you know, who their fit model is, but the clothes are good for my body. Not all clothes are good for my body. I mean, you know, you've seen my Target videos, especially lately, like the clothes just aren't cut for my body shape. And so it's like really difficult then for me to want to buy the clothes, even though I would, like, oh, if this, I'm creasing, oh, if this fit, you know, I would totally buy this because I like the fabric, I like the silhouette, I like the idea of it, but it's just not, I don't know. Some brands are like that, you know, they're just not cut for you, so you have to learn, like, where the stores are where they make clothes that just fit your body really well. And stores that are going to have your size in the store to try on. That's like, you know, priceless. Being able to put something on your body and say, oh, this doesn't fit. Let me not waste my time, waste my money on this. It's really great. But so often we can't do that. And so then on the other side, like on the online side, you have to learn where are the stores that have really good shipping and returns. Free shipping, free returns, that kind of stuff, because that makes it a lot easier. Like, it's still financially difficult because you're having to pay for the item and, you know, wait to get it, but at least if you can send it back for free, it gives you a little more confidence to at least try this stuff. I remember years and years and years ago, I was really interested in ASOS because they have the whole ASOS Curve line. But I never bought anything from them because I was like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna fit. And the sizes, technically the sizes didn't fit me, but I had heard, like, allegedly the sizes ran really big and so they would fit me, but I didn't know that because I couldn't try it on. But then somebody was like, yeah, you can do free returns. The shipping for returns is free. And I was like, oh, snap. So then I was like, okay, that made all the difference. So then I actually placed an order and tried it out. And the sizing was really generous, and so then I bought a bunch of ASOS stuff. So, you know, it's like, it really, it behooves companies to give you that free return because it makes a difference. Like, I don't know that I would have ordered, or I don't know how long I would have waited to order and try things out if they didn't have that free return. Let's see. Donna, it's never crowded when you go to Galveston and you cruise out of there. Yeah, lots of cruises. San Benito. So you used to go down there a lot. Okay. What is my opinion on Lululemon? Look at my face. That's my opinion about Lululemon. What else did you say? Hold on. They consider XXL size 14, all the women at your work wear them, and you tell they don't cater to your size, they act shocked. Not only, oh my god, so here comes the soapbox. Not only does Lululemon not actually have larger sizes in the store, they actively don't want fat people in their clothes. Literally, the owner of Lululemon, you could Google this. This is, I'm not making this up. The owner of Lululemon, when questioned about it, said that he didn't want plus size women in his clothes, and that's why they don't make larger sizes. And if you go into a Lululemon store wanting to get like whatever the largest size is, they often don't have it out like on the racks or in the like folded piles of things, and so you have to ask for it and get a sales associate to go back into the stock room and get it for you. And they don't have very many. And the salespeople, okay, and this part is based on actual fact, like talking to people who have worked there. The salespeople are taught like ways to actively discourage larger customers. Like, it's part of the company policy, or at least the store where these people worked, the people that I have spoken to about it, they like actively were trained. I don't know if it was like that particular store manager was just like really fat phobic and like not cool, but they got specific training on it, on like phrases to use to tell people to go somewhere else. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't like Lululemon because they don't like me. Why would I like somebody who doesn't like me? And people don't know that, you know, and they think, oh, it's, you know, stretchy activewear. They'll have something for everybody. No. And it's expensive, but that's not even my problem with them, because I buy expensive activewear all the time, but I buy from companies that want me wearing their stuff, that make clothing in my size. I'm not like trying to squeeze into a smaller size just to wear that brand. Like Superfit Hero is really nice quality, similar price points to Lululemon, is made in the United States, ethically, workers get a living wage, it's a woman-owned company, their sizes go to 5X. There you go. Oh my god. Yes. And that's actually like part of the discussion, like to come later if I ever like move along. Is like, you know, room for improvement, right? Is inclusive sizing. Leah. Yes. Yeah, it is BS for sure. You know, like, and then there are people that are like, Lululemon, make bigger sizes. And I'm like, don't even petition them for larger sizes. Why would you? Don't beg this company for size. You know, like, we have more dignity than this. Like, we don't need to beg this, like, nasty company for sizes. Like, please let me wear your clothes. Please let me give you $100 for a pair of yoga pants. I'm gonna take my $100 and I'm gonna go to a company that's like wanting me to wear their clothes. It's gonna repost my image on Instagram, or sorry, I'm shedding real bad. It's gonna celebrate large people wearing their clothing because they believe in us as worthy human beings. Imagine that. Shocker. Oh my god. You like how worked up I get. Leah says, here's what it is. Thin people don't want to be seen in something Oh yeah. No, it's like totally, it's like gatekeeping. Companies don't want fat people wearing their clothes because it's like the whole aspirational thing. It's like with the yoga studio. I don't know if any of y'all were here for that conversation. But I was told by a yoga studio that my body's not aspirational, so they didn't want me to teach there. They don't want a fat person teaching the yoga class because they want thin people to come in and remain invested in being thin by only ever seeing thin yoga teachers, thereby doing them a disservice because that's not what yoga is about. Oh my god. I'm getting all worked up and like barely applying any makeup. Mia, is that your name? I think. What's it called? What is what called? Is it Superfit Hero? Superfit Hero is the activewear brand that I don't make any money off of promoting them. I'm sponsored by them, but really all that means is that I get an extra discount when I buy their clothes. Personally, but I do have a discount code. If anybody wants to buy Superfit Hero, you can get 15% off with the code RADICAL. I don't make any money off of that. That's just a code that they gave me to give out if I want to. I just really like their company a lot. I am evangelical about companies that I like. I've got to put some makeup on my face. We're 23 minutes in. What color should I wear on my eyes today? Ooh. This is a duochrome pink, purple, blue, shifty. Let's put this on because that is real pretty. This is from ColourPop. It's Milky Way is the name. Oh my god, I love that they asked you if you shop with Lululemon. Like, clearly they have no idea. Oh my god, they said that they carry your size. Brandy, I'm glad that you got to have that experience. Most people don't get to have the experience of, who are, I'm guessing that you're larger since you say that, but to take a class from a instructor that looks like them. Yeah, Superfit Hero, check them out. They're amazing. I wear a lot of their activewear. I wear it, I wear those shorts under dresses. I wear their activewear for hiking, for yoga, for gardening. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It holds up so well. It's like investment pieces are going to last you a decade. They're amazing. Leah, the post on Instagram about Superhero made about the woman who was, oh my god, yeah. We're This is actually kind of on topic. So plus size fashion. Nike recently, I have to do this while I do it. Oh my god. Why do I do get ready with me is where I have to talk. Nike recently was so brave and put out plus size mannequins. And the backlash from this one woman, I think she was writing for The Guardian, is that right? Her name is Tanya Gold. I think definitely Tanya, maybe Gold. I'm not sure. But she wrote a piece that was like horrendous. I didn't actually read the piece. I just read quotes from it because it was really triggering, and it was a nasty article. So if you get triggered by people being mean to fat people, maybe don't read it because, whoa, she went in. Especially if you're triggered by the word obese. Being used like by somebody being very unkind. Anyway, so she was like going in, and these mannequins were like not even that big, let me just say. Not even that big. This is so pretty. I'm dying. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So yeah, she made a fuss about it, and a bunch of people in the community, I'm so proud of them, a bunch of people like online that are involved in fat liberation or athletics or like whatever, like went in and made response posts or response articles, and it made me so proud because they're like, no, Tanya, we are not going to allow you to talk this way about our friends. And not everyone who made response posts or articles or whatever was fat, which is like, man, when a straight sized person is a true ally like that, like, you know, it's amazing. It's like worth so much because you don't have to make this post because this doesn't directly affect you. But when you choose to, and that's true for all of us, whenever we choose to advocate for someone else who is more marginalized than us, like, that's the good work. We should be doing that all the time. You know what? And to that end, talking about advocating for people larger than you. So I've been kind of talking more about this. It's always been important to me, but I'm trying to be more vocal about it because I know it's not something that we all necessarily think about. My nail is applying this eyeshadow where I don't want it. Is advocating for folks larger than us. So like maybe you're a size 14 and so you can shop in a lot of places. Like that's great and I'm very happy for you, for real. But like there's a lot of us who can't shop in very many places. So I think I'm just moving on to the next part of this conversation, which is the things that could be better. And my biggest thing with that is sizing, like sizing availability. So size inclusivity, which is a term that or at least I am hearing a lot more of lately. People saying, oh, we're a size inclusive brand. But then you look and they go to like a 22 or a 24. Like, what the hell? That's not size inclusive. You're sizing out like a huge portion of people. Y'all, this pink, it's really uneven. I'm gonna fix that. But look how pretty. Anyway, so if you see a company that's like, hey, we're size inclusive, but they stop below a 26, like at least, to me, I think that people should be making like sizes to 32, 34 at least. But for most people, like they think that that's like overkill. So I would say at least a 26, 28, but like it should be higher than that. But like at the bare minimum, I think if you're gonna do plus sizes, you should make to that size. I think higher than that personally, but I know that not everyone agrees. And I know that people are like, oh, baby steps, you know, people have to, it's, you know, it takes a long time to get this changed. Listen, other companies are doing it. Other large companies are doing it. So why can't you? Torrid has up to a 6X, which is, I think is like a 32, 34, but they don't put it in the store. That's the second part of inclusivity is when you don't put those sizes in the store. But anyway, I see on Instagram a lot of times like ads targeted to me because I look at plus size stuff or fat stuff, and it's like, oh, inclusive sizing, and I'm like, oh, what a cute outfit, I want to buy that. And then I go and look at I click through the ad, and it's like, oh, the largest size is a 22. That doesn't help me. Okay. Thanks, Linda. I feel adorable. Kim says, Superfit Hero is your new love. It's pricey, but when it's time to begin replacing, that's where you're going. Yeah, it definitely is pricey. It's not like something that I could afford to like buy like a bunch of pieces at one time. I buy one or two here and there. And then, you know, as like old stuff wears out, like that's where I am right now is my bike shorts. I've been wearing the same like crop of bike shorts from Rainbow Curves for a really long time. And they're finally like on their way out. Those are great. So that's another place. They're not like a local ethical whatever company, but Rainbow Curves has pretty good sizing. You can get like a size 30 there. And I think a lot of their stuff runs a little big, but not all of it. So don't just like blanket take that as a verdict for all their clothing or whatever. I can't talk. I'm not very articulate right now. Anyway, but they're, you know, and they're like a larger company. They're not producing in the US, but they are a more affordable brand that has, you know, more inclusive sizing, and their nylon basics bike shorts hold up for a long time. And that's what I've been wearing for a long time. But as those are finally like, they've lost their ability to snap back in the elastic, so they get kind of stretched out a little bit over the course of the day, which I don't like. So I'm replacing, and I'm slowly getting Superfit Hero shorts is all I was trying to say. Let's see. Tammy, oh, you tried Superfit Hero and didn't use the code. Yeah, use that for your order. Save money wherever you can. Let's see. Oh yeah, so you saw some of that disgusting trash. Yeah, the Nike stuff. It's so ridiculous. I'm like living for this pink color in my eyes today, y'all. It's so cute. Okay, is this too much for going axe throwing? I don't think so. Let's see. Triggered by the word obese, yeah. Me too. Oh, speaking of that, if you're on Instagram, I've got to move. What am I doing? Put something else on your face, Laura Burns. If you're on Instagram, which I feel like most of us are, go follow your fat friend. It's YR instead of YOUR. It's just your fat friend. So she is an author. She writes pieces for Medium online, but she writes about fatness and all things related, and she's doing really good work via Instagram. Actually, I'm really impressed. And so right now she has a whole thing about the word obese and how harmful it is to fat people, and it's really interesting. So I follow her just because I like to see what she does, especially in her Instagram stories, because she like uses polls and surveys and like, you know, takes questions from people, and it's just really good. She's doing a great job. And she has a Patreon if you want to support her. Okay. At least they are trying. Oh, who's trying? Sorry, Kim. At least they are trying. You're not rich, but you have a clothing budget. Someone aside from Torrid, let me spend it. Who's trying? Rainbow Curves? Sorry, I lost the thread. Leah says, that's what bothers me so much about Torrid. I love how their clothes fit, but they told the 5 and 6X people for years, we don't have room. And then suddenly they had room in store for the new 00 and the 0 sizes. What the hell is that? What's up with that, people? What a bunch of BS. Like, oh, we don't have room in store for these large sizes. So let's make the most marginalized people have to only shop online, like further segregating them from the population and making them feel other and less than. Cool, thanks. But let's let these people who already have a lot of options in clothing get their clothes in the store. Do I think it's healthy to make people feel comfortable being clinically obese? So I would like to ask that people not use the word obese on my channel because it is really damaging for fat people, which is literally what I was just talking about. So if you can just replace that word with something else while we're here, like fat or large or whatever you feel comfortable with, for the like mental health and safety of my community, I would appreciate that. And if not, then I'm not going to read your comment. Do I think that it's healthy to make people who are fat feel comfortable, or do I think plus size making them feel good and they're... Do you think so genuine question, Jim says. I get this question a lot. Fat people get this a lot. I just want to say, like, when does shaming someone ever like make for healthy transformation? First of all, and I'm not even going to dig into like whether or not people want to transform into something else, but just like assuming that all fat people want to lose weight, when does shaming someone ever make somebody go, you know what, I'm gonna change the way I'm living my life because I feel like a piece of crap right now? Y'all, I'm trying to curse less on my channel. It's very difficult. My genuine response to that is I think that all people deserve to feel comfortable and loved. Sorry, I got a text. Regardless of their size or weight or health status or ability or background or financial status or anything, I think that people, human beings, deserve to live their life without being made to feel less than for any reason. I don't know of a reason to shame someone for anything, and I certainly, whatever, I'm not like blind to people making decisions about their life that I don't necessarily approve of, whatever that may be, but also like, it's not my body, it's not my life, and if somebody wants to do something, they can. And if I wanted them to change, I certainly wouldn't try to shame them into changing, because that's not how I approach things. And that's not how I would want to be approached. You know? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Vivian, I'm not saying that Nike, she said that more people are 20 than a size 00. If companies want to profit, they need to cater to more women. Nike is going in a good direction. I don't disagree. Nike is going in a good direction. I'm glad that they have more plus sizes. I'm glad they have plus size mannequins, for sure. Yes. There are reasons for saying... Oh, sorry, different there. There are reasons for saying... signs of obesity was that you had stretch marks and they gave you an x-ray of your head for a sign. I don't really understand. I think I missed the thread here. Oh, misdiagnosed. Yes. I see. Misdiagnosed. Medical fat phobia. Let's see. Leah, the term obese feels like, oh, you're fat, so we had to make a new word. It's just dehumanizing. It's a very like clinical word that is dehumanizing to people. Okay. All right, sorry. Y'all, we're gonna go back to talking about size inclusivity. Shaming never helps anyone. Jim, I'm not here to say who is unhealthy and who is not, and I don't believe that size equals unhealthy. And we're going to move on back to what we're talking about, okay? Because what I want to talk about is advocating for folks larger than us and how we can do that when it comes to how we spend our dollars. That's one way, always, like, you know, choosing to give our money to companies who we like what they're doing. So voting with our dollars always, whether it's about clothing or not. So I am really trying to start shopping mostly at places who offer more inclusive sizing based on like the definitions that I was just talking about, and letting them know that. So like I'll comment on Instagram posts, I'll tell the salespeople in the store, you know, if people, which, you know, like one person saying something to a salesperson in the store saying, you know, thank you for having this size in store, is one thing. It doesn't make that big of a difference. But if lots of people start saying like, hey, thanks for having a size 30 in your store, we appreciate it, you know, great. People start telling their managers, maybe the managers mention it in a report, corporate hears, you know, commented on an Instagram or a Facebook post, something like that, corporate will hear. And the same goes, like, conversely, if they don't have sizes in the store, saying, hey, like, you know, oh, are you finding everything okay? Can I help you find something? Yeah, can you help me find the size 30? Can you help me find the size 32? Oh, well, we don't have that in store. Saying something then, you know, like, I wish that you did. That means that I can't spend any money here. Goodbye. You know, like, the more that we speak up, and like, say you're not a size 30, oh, sorry, or a size 32, it doesn't matter. Ask where they are in the store. See what they say. If they have them, great. If they don't have them, which they probably won't, then say something about it, because then the more people who do it, it adds up. You don't have to actually be that size just to ask where they are. If people start asking where those sizes are, it will eventually make some kind of an impact, especially if people are also commenting online and the continued advocacy that goes on online as well. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is ask those questions, even if it's not a size that I wear, just letting it be known that somebody was looking for that size. That's some money that they lost. Oh, I'm gonna wear this. That's some money that they lost out on. You know, if there's something that corporations pay attention to, it's missing out on consumer dollars, you know? Y'all, I totally didn't put on any makeup for like 15 minutes. All right, comments. Let's see. Let's talk about ideas for advocating for others. Yeah, let's really talk about that. So let's brainstorm, y'all. How can we advocate for other people? So I just gave a few: advocating for more inclusive sizing in the store. What else? What about in the workplace? So where you work, have you ever experienced either being shamed or seeing someone else be shamed for their size, or maybe not so overt, you know, like the microaggressions that go along with being fat, especially in a workplace? So if you see someone, you know, talking about what someone else is eating, or talking about, I don't know, people are really passive aggressive when it comes to shaming people. So if you have good examples, go ahead and say them. I'm trying to think. I haven't worked in an office in a long time, so it's hard to remember what that's like, but I know that it happens because it has happened to me. So when people comment on what you're wearing, like, oh, you're so brave, I could never wear that. And it's like a thin person saying this to a fat person. What they're saying is, you should, what you're doing is not normal. It's not, if I were as fat as you, I wouldn't wear that. So you're very brave for wearing that. You get that especially about like more bodycon dresses, bright colors or patterns. Yeah. Okay. Lips. Let's do, should we just like be ridiculously pink? I don't know about that. Let's be a little more nude, but maybe glossy. Let's see. Tammy you don't shop at the mall because they don't have anything near your size. J. Jill does have plus sizes. They actually have really good plus sizes. But it's just a certain style that you don't see a lot on YouTube because it's not like, whatever, YouTuber friendly, I guess. But yeah, J. Jill is a sleeper plus size resource. They have a line of flowy, non-wrinkly, wide leg pants. I think the whole line, they have a whole line of clothes out of that same material. It's really good for traveling or just like my like pajama chic deal that I like. I think it's called the Wherever collection. Those pants are the bomb. And they have sizes at least to 4X. I don't know if that's the largest size or not. It might be. But they're also stretchy, and I wore them like 2 sizes too small and it was fine. So I think you could definitely, if you're larger than a 4X, you could definitely wear the 4X in a lot of the pieces. They're very relaxed, you know, if you know J. Jill. All right, I decided to go with gloss. Because if we're being bright pink, let's also be shiny. All right. Let's see. Yeah, at work, being openly shamed. One of your coworkers says stuff under her breath. Yeah. How slow some people walk. Yeah, people are not great. So yeah, so that's like at work. And so like things at work that you can do that aren't like necessarily calling people out or like doing something that feels maybe a little more confrontational. So think about if there are larger fat people where you work, think about how the chairs fit them or the amount of space around them, like stuff like that. A really great way to advocate for or be an ally for someone is to anticipate their needs. So for example, and this applies not just at work, but especially at work, because a lot of times being fat, especially larger fat at work, can feel very isolating because there's not as many of you there. You might be the only larger fat person at your job. And so, like, if you know that you're having a meeting in the conference room, for example, and this is like all based on experience. You know you have a meeting in the conference room and you know that the chairs are kind of small. Before the meeting starts, go in there, switch out a few of the chairs for chairs that don't have arms or chairs with arms that are a little more accommodating. And give people more of a chance to find the seat that fits them. If you're in the conference room and you see that maybe there's like one of those chairs left, sit in it, hold the place till that person comes in. When they come in, say, oh, hey, you know, Laura, whatever, I can't think of a name. Laura, I saved the seat for you, and like let them come over. Not making things into a big deal, not trying to embarrass them or call them out in front of other people. Like, hey, Laura, I saved the seat for you because I know that you're too fat for the other chairs. Something like that, you know, or just dropping by their office, you know, before and saying, hey, just FYI, I threw a chair in there, you know, so that you could be comfortable or whatever. And then just like, hey, bye, see you later. Not making it weird, just like breezing away afterwards, just letting them know so that if they want to, they can maybe go like a little early and be sure to get that chair. If somebody had ever done that for me, that would feel amazing, to feel like somebody is thinking about me and not making it into a weird big deal, not trying to shame me for it. You know, I've definitely heard people say things like, well, since you needed a chair without arms, you know, we had to move to this conference room, or, you know, like whatever. But you can also, you know, advocate for people in a restaurant or like be an ally. If you're going out with people, when you walk in, don't leave it to them to say, hey, can we sit at a table instead of a booth? Just be the person to say, can we sit at a table? Or when the host asks, like, table or booth, say, oh, table. So that that fat person doesn't always have to be the one saying these things, directing, you know, making the decisions for the group, or researching the restaurant beforehand. If you're in a group, like how many times has this happened for me? In a group situation, oh, we all want to go out to eat. Maybe we're in a group text or something like, oh, we should go here, we should go here, we should go here. hop onto Yelp or to Google reviews, find photos of the restaurant and see, what do the chairs look like? Do they look small? Do they have arms? Do they have arms but they look like big chairs? Like, whatever. Do some research on behalf of people who need that information. Don't always leave it for them to have to advocate for themselves, because it's exhausting. And what a good friend you are, what a good advocate for that person if you say, oh hey, you know, let's go to this place because there's accessible seating for everyone. Or not even saying the accessible seating part, just saying, hey, let's go to this place, you know, and like getting everybody to agree with that, because then it's taken care of and that fat person didn't have to advocate. And the same goes for a disabled person, or like, there's so many things in life, you know. There's so many times when stuff like this happens. It's not always about being fat, but especially if you're fat, especially if you're disabled, and especially if you're fat and disabled, there's a lot of things that make just going out to eat with your friends a little bit harder, a little bit more nerve-wracking. Looking at the photos, you know, on Yelp or Google reviews, what do the chairs look like? How much space is between the tables? Is it truly accessible outside? Like, if it's like, if you have somebody who has mobility issues, you know, is there a ramp? Is it really steep? Is it just like barely ADA? Or is it like truly like a good, okay, comments. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Shauna. Yeah, Angela has some really good examples of bad behavior from people, if you want to look at those. Let's see, Lori went to court in a small town. The chairs had arms. You asked for that. He made a huge deal and laughed. Yeah, stuff like that happens all the time. And it's like, you are making people feel unsafe right now. Yeah, and then when you are, like, so I have to worry about the size of chairs and about arms when I go out. And so I, you know, have a mental list of places in Houston that are like very friendly, and places where I have to ask for another chair, but it's okay. They always have one. And then places where I literally can't eat there because all the chairs have arms and the tables are bolted down so you can't move them if it's a booth, or, you know, like whatever. Like, I can get takeout, but I cannot eat there. So when somebody makes a big deal out of it, like, for, you know, your example was in a courthouse, but like, say you went to a restaurant, or say you were at a meeting somewhere for work, and, you know, when somebody makes a big deal of, I literally feel unsafe in that moment. And you know, everyone reacts to things differently, and to some of these things people would be like, girl, you're too sensitive, just brush it off, whatever. It's not our responsibility to toughen ourselves up to meet the world where it is. Like, the world needs to, like, be less of an asshole. Oh, sorry, I was gonna cuss less. It's not that hard to be kind. It's not that hard to take into consideration people's mental health. Let's see. Brett, you were recently told by a sales assistant to go on a diet. You told her to tell her manager to stock inclusive sizes because you're the customer. Yeah, you're the customer. You're the customer. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Yeah, so when they try to set me at a booth, I just say, oh, hey, can we sit at a table? And I usually try to say it like right in the beginning so that they don't like take you to a booth and then you have to say that. But sometimes I forget, you know, or sometimes I'm not like the first person. But yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is almost an hour. So I guess I'm done with my makeup. I'm not doing a whole lot today. Oh, I was gonna put on a little bronzer. I like forgot that I was doing makeup. That's good, it was a good conversation. So let's see, anyone else? Ways that we can advocate for other folks. Maybe going back to social media, just because so many of us spend so much time on social media. When we repost photos of, like, you know, like, whoever, you know, we all follow people and then repost their photos because an outfit is cute or it's a nice picture or whatever. You know, if we diversify our feeds and start seeing in our feeds photos of people larger than us, people darker than us, people with different mobility needs, people of different ages, like whatever, you know, just like really diversify your feeds. Then when we go to reshare things, we're then resharing or reposting things that are more diverse and putting that out. I really, visibility matters, representation matters. Like, that's not arguable at this point. We all know that that's true. So if we can help do those things, we are contributing to putting out more diverse images into the world, and therefore contributing to increasing representation. So I think that that's like a really pretty easy way that we can all advocate for others by increasing representation. So when you go to repost, like, so if you're like, sorry, I have to adjust, my butt's getting tired of sitting here. So like, it's Pride Month. This is a great example. If you're gonna repost something for Pride Month, which of course you should, whatever it is, find a picture to repost that's about Pride Month that's like of a trans woman or a trans man or a black woman or a really fat person or something like that. It's like, you're already going to make this post about pride. Why don't we lift up those among the queer population that are also more marginalized within that community? Like, it's like the more bang for your buck. More impact per post. Oh, my lips are tingling because I use that plumping. Y'all, this is my favorite lip gloss. It's the Buxom lip gloss. It's tingling, but it like in a cooling way, not a burning way. And the shade that I like so much is Brandy. I think it's so pretty. Yes. So I'm not going to do any eyeliner or mascara or anything because I don't like it that much, and I don't want to put it on. I dry shampooed the hell out of my hair. It's looking much better than it did. It was a grease ball for sure. So yeah, diversify your feed on Instagram. Repost people who are also, invested in increasing visibility. Post things from people who are less likely to get reposted. Don't just post white people. Don't just post straight people. Don't just post smaller fats. If if this is like making you feel defensive, then, look at why this makes you feel defensive. Maybe unpack that a little bit and see, we can all do better in either small ways or large ways, whatever. I just think that if we want to be, I talk about community. If we want to be part of this community, and we want to be loving and kind towards each other, then it's our job. I think we're obligated to try to do right by the other people in our community, and that is those of our, those folks who are more marginalized than us. So I know that I'm a broken record. I'm always talking about the same stuff, but I talk about it because we need constant reminders. We need reminders about this stuff. So I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any means. Not at all. I have never claimed to be perfect at anything in my life. I'm just trying to do better all the time. I'm trying to do things that I wish people would do for me. Yeah, I don't know. Comments? Anything? I'll probably stop this because we're almost at an hour long. I'm gonna do some filming, so you can look forward to some videos from me soon. Oh, speaking of plus size fashion, did y'all catch the video collaboration that I did with Rebecca from the Plus Side of Me? I like how I paused, like I was like waiting for someone to say something. Comment. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. That's my most recent video, and it was really fun to film. And we both styled the same pieces, clothing items. And what's really funny is that we both kind of styled things similarly. Not for all of them, but like for two of them, either with pieces or with colors. We both did something similar. Anyway, I want to do more collabs with her, and I'm going to be starting a series. I don't know what it'll be called, but I'm going to start a series where I have conversations with people and record them here for YouTube, because I'm constantly having like really good conversations with people and they're going, man, I wish I had recorded this so that people could listen to it or watch it because it was so good. Like we talked about so many things, and somebody will, you know, say stuff and I'm like, yes. So I'm excited to do more now that I know how to record a split screen like what we did, and it's real easy. Yeah, now that I know how to do that, I'm going to do that a lot because I'm excited to talk to people about various things, about plus size stuff, about fat liberation, about yoga, about life in general. So I hope that that's interesting to you. And if y'all have any topics, let me know because I would always like to hear. Okay, comments, a bunch of comments came in. Brandy, I'm glad you found my channel too. Let's see. Leah, you like Rebecca's personal style, but she's a little more put together. Yeah, that's how I feel about her also. I'm like, she like really looks like, I don't know. Like she and I talked about getting dressed versus putting together an outfit. And I feel like I just get dressed and she puts together an outfit. But I, you know, that's what I feel comfortable doing. You know, that works for me. And I can take inspiration from her for those times when I do want to feel a little more put together. So that is the joy of everyone being different. Let's see. Marie, can I please look into speaking about plus size mamas being plus size or super plus size and pregnant is very difficult. I have no frame of reference for that, so that would be very difficult for me to talk about. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great topic. Maybe I can interview someone. Maybe that'll be a good topic, and maybe this is what you were suggesting anyway. Talking to somebody who can really speak to that, because I don't know. I know peripherally how difficult that can be from hearing from other people, but that's a great one. I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear about that. Smaller fat. You get a kick out of the term smaller fat. Let's see. Oh yeah, it helps when somebody in the doctor's office is also on the fat spectrum for sure. Rebecca's grown up and you're not. That's what Leah said. That's how it feels sometimes. I'm definitely, I think, older than her though. Okay, so we're gonna, oh. Lori says, you appreciate my videos and I inspire and encourage you not to hide in your house. Well, from one hermit to potentially another hermit, it's good to get out of the house. But I understand the appeal of being in your house. Listen, I work from home. That was a decision that was made. Career decisions were made on purpose. Okay, it's over an hour. We gotta end this. I'm ready to go. I did my makeup. I'm very pink today. Hold on, let's have one last cat ear moment because I'm so pink. Everything is pink. Thumbnail. Okay. I'm very pleased. I'm really enjoying this eyeshadow. I like it a lot. It's very bright. And yeah, I feel very cute. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you watch this later, please comment about all the stuff that we talked about. And I have some topic ideas for future ones that came out of this conversation. Clearly, people want to talk about it. I would like to dig more into fat-phobic language. I think that that would be a really good topic for us to talk about. Specifically, you know, we kind of talked about the word obese here, but I think that that really could use some unpacking. Just, I didn't want to do it today because that's not what this video was, but I'm not shying away from the topic. I just don't want to do that now. But there's a lot of language out there. You know, last time we touched on the word flattering, and I kind of got into that. There's a lot of language out there that makes people feel bad for whatever reason, and I think that that's a really important thing to talk about, because then you can decide what language you want to use and maybe what language you want to stop using. Excuse me. And then what else came out of here? Talking about, I think maybe we could have a whole conversation about fat phobia at work. And I think that we can continue to have conversations about how to be a good advocate for people, for sure. All right, last couple comments here. Okay. This is awesome. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I know I always say thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate this community. I'm really proud of us for having these conversations and for thinking critically about our perspectives and our thoughts and our feelings, and being willing to be open to hearing other people's point of views and open to changing, and maybe interacting with others in a new and different and more loving and supportive way. Okay, all of that being said, I hope you all have a really good day and that you're feeling loved and supported. And if you are not, I am loving and supporting you from afar. So know that. Remember that, my friend.